guys, I'm Tilly and we've got Essa here as well joining us outside. She might pop her head into the window a couple of times. Thanks for joining in today. I'm going to be showing us a few postures that we can take to help relieve lower back pain, especially if you're in time of the month and you're getting back cramps, or maybe you've got quite tight muscles in the tops of the backs of the legs or around the hips, and that's causing tension and discomfort into the lower back and that lower back region. So I'm just going to show us a few little things that we can do to ease it off. It should be about half an hour, 45 minutes, if you want to take a little bit longer for relaxation at the end, but it's something really gentle. Everyone should be able to do it. The main thing is I do ask you to just make sure that you're safe, and that if anything starts feeling not quite right, that you ease off straight away. So if you're feeling any pinching in any of the knees, or you'll know if something's not feeling right, your body will tell you, so just ease straight off. For this practice, we want either 1 or 2 blocks. If you don't have a block, you can use books. So we've got a thinner book or we've got a thicker book. You may want to use whatever feels best. We'll want to use a strap as well. So if you don't have a strap, I don't know where mine is at the moment, I've left it somewhere. But I've just got my dog's lead, and that's why my dogs are looking at me like, what are you doing? So you can just use a belt or maybe even a blanket if you've got one you can roll one up. It doesn't have to be a specific yoga strap, just anything that you've got at home which is available. And you don't have to use a mat, you may want to do it on the grass and just earth a little bit more, but as long as you've got a place to be still and quiet and not distracted, that's the main thing. So we're just going to get to it now. So we're going to lay on our backs. Now if anyone is really experiencing real trouble with their lower back, you may want to keep the soles of your feet on the floor with the knees bent. Sometimes it's quite nice just to open up the sacrum and the hips a little bit more and just knock the knees together with the feet about mat width or maybe a little bit wider. I'm just going to start just resting with the arms a little bit away from the body, just to create a bit more space, with the palms facing up or down. If you're feeling a little bit chilly, you may want to have the palms on the belly or the palms facing down. If you're feeling like you want to release a little bit more, have the palms facing up, whatever feels most natural. And just settle into your breath here. And rock the head side to side. Take any movement that feels good just to really settle down. And connect with that breath. Like a comb. Just detangling any bits of core tensions through the body. Sometimes it's really nice to set an intention as well through your practice, so that may start by asking yourselves why you're practicing yoga, and it may change every time you practice. You may be doing it for physical strength, emotional strength. Maybe you're practicing yoga just to feel a sense of self-peace, self-worth, confidence. So we're going to set our intention present just by saying, I am confident. I am at peace. I am enough. Now remember, if you're not feeling too good just laying on your back, you may feel better laying on one side. Doesn't matter, as long as you're comfortable. Okay, I'm just going to wiggle our fingers and toes, just get a little bit of movement into the body. Reach the arms up above you. Nice big yawn and stretch, and just flush that mid and lower back into the earth. And if it feels okay, if it's available, just reach those legs away from you. Take a yawn. And we're going to bring both knees into the body one by one. And just draw them in and just hug the knees in. If you're feeling at all tight in the fronts of the hips, just open the knees a little bit here. And really start to massage into that lower back. So just rock side to side. keeping the hips down. So sometimes automatically we lift the bottom up and we start tensing through the top of the back. Just lower it down. Massage that lower back. Breathe. Check in with your intention. Should feel good. And maybe you want to take some breaststroke legs. Again, if this feels too much at all, especially on the lower back, if you feel that you're having to use your abdominals a little bit too much, you're not quite ready yet, just ease off. Maybe just take some singular knee folds, just opening out through the hips. Lovely. Okie dokie. So we're going to keep hold of our right leg and we're going to pop the left foot on the floor. So you've got the option just to keep this left leg bent here, or if it's available, if it feels okay, reach the left leg away from you. If this feels too much, bring it straight back up. If you are straightening the leg, we're going to have that foot flexed. So imagine you're pushing the foot against a wall, but not too much that we're causing tension in the leg or we're tensing. We just want that activation and length through the back of that left leg. So we're going to take 5 deep breaths. As we exhale, bring that right leg closer towards you. Inhale, keep the shoulders soft. Let it out. Checking in with your intention. Alright, keep hold of that right leg with the left hand. I'm going to open out the right arm with palm facing up. And I'm just going to roll onto your left hip, but keep both shoulders grounded. Relax the left leg. And now we've got a block. You can either pop the block underneath the knee, or if putting it underneath the knee means that you're going to have to lift the right shoulder up, just rest it underneath the foot. Just pop the block wherever is needed, so that you're not actually having to hold that leg anywhere. And if you can, look over that right shoulder and just let go of any grip, especially with this left hand. If you're up and you're holding onto the knee, let it go. Lovely. Just feel this lovely twist through the body. Shoulders are soft, legs and buttocks relaxed. Okay, come back to centre. Brilliant, and we're just going to recenter ourselves into the mat and just draw the left knee all the way back up. Rock forward and back, side to side. And pop that right leg on the floor. Option 2, straighten the right leg away from you if it feels good. Okay, let's take our 5 breaths here. If you want to take less breaths but longer time, that's cool. Maybe you want to spend a lot more time here and reflect on that intention. And just sitting the mind right here, right now. So just check in with any sensations that you're feeling through the body. I think we're on the 4th breath. Sorry if I'm doing more. Not very good at counting. On my left or right. Alright, grab your block or book, whatever you've got. Pop it on the other side. And we're going to take our spinal twist. So one side may feel easier, more comfortable than the other. I know this side I'm a lot more comfortable. Make sure your left shoulder is grounded to the floor. And breathe here. Twists are really good for detoxing as well. So imagine you're wringing out your body like a cloth on the inside. You're just wringing it out. Okay, come back to centre. to yourself on your mat, rock side to side, forward and back, wherever feels the best. Brilliant. Okay, we're not going to do any rolling forward and back of the spine, so what we're going to do is we're just going to roll onto one side. If you've got low blood pressure, you may want to just roll onto your left. As an option, just to allow the blood to move towards the heart. Okay, gently bring yourself all the way up to a seated position. And just take a little moment again, just to find comfort here. If you feel that you're sitting upright and you're kind of rolling through the back, maybe grab a little block. Pop it underneath the bottom just to give you a little bit of lift, a little bit of support. Let's roll the shoulders a few times. Connect with the breath. Alright. We're going to take ourselves forward straight away. I'm going to come into our child's pose. So have the knees maybe a little bit wider than the hips. The toes are going to touch. We bring our bottoms back down towards our heels and just release down. This is feeling like you're having to really reach towards the earth. You may want to bring your head onto your forearms. The main thing is that we lengthen through the spine here. And again, if you're feeling tight in the hips, just open the knees. You can always use your block underneath your bottom or a cushion, just to find that comfort here. Finding space in the back of the rib cage, breathing out towards the lower belly. Alright, let's come up to hands and knees. Let's take some cat-cow here. So we're going to have our hands just underneath the shoulders, so shoulder width apart, knees in line with hands. Completely up to you whether you want to tuck your toes or not, whatever feels best. We're really going to draw those shoulder blades together. And if you can, always imagine you're tucking the bottom in without rounding the spine. So we're tucking the bum in and we're lengthening the crown of the head forward. So we've just got that nice little activeness, if that makes sense. And we're breathing really deep into the lower belly. And let's take our cat-cow. So inhale, lift the tailbone. Coming into our cow pose, draw the heart up and the gaze. Exhale, push the earth away from you. Tuck the bottom in as much as you tuck the chin. Cat stretch. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, push away into cat. Now you may want to stick with this here. If you're wanting to get a little bit more dynamic, the option is there. Maybe bend the arms if this isn't feeling right. Head back into what we were doing before. Maybe you want to take rolls through your cat-cow. Uniting breath with movement. And just go the other way if we're going around in circles. Lovely. Let's tuck our toes. I'm just going to lengthen the bottom back towards the heels. Lengthen through the back of the neck, push into those fingers, maybe a little bit more into the thumbs and the baby fingers. The wrists want to be nice and light, and we're going to lift our bottoms into the sky. Going to keep the knees bent here. We're just going to really focus on lengthening through the back here. So if you feel at all that your head is kind of above your wrists, see if you can bend the knees, walk the feet back a little bit more, and just lift those bottoms up. So as I always say, if the sun were to be shining out of your bottoms, you'd be burning holes in the ceiling, not in the wall behind you. So if you feel that your hips are tilted down and you're rounding through the back, just lift the bottom up. And take your time here to just find that lovely bit of length through the back. And breathe. Don't worry about having flat feet or straight legs. Alright, let's look towards our hands, take an inhale. As we exhale, gently walk the feet up to the top of the mat. And we're going to take our forward fold. So again, if you've got your block, you may want to use your block underneath your hands here. And we're going to allow our tummies to be resting on our thighs. So if anyone's feeling like they're kind of up like this, with their legs straight, we're going to bend the knees so we can let the body hang and grab hold of opposite elbows, rock side to side in ragdoll. Allow the neck to be nice and floppy, so if the eyes are closed, we want to be able to feel the feet on the earth, we want to be able to feel the breath moving in through the belly against those thighs. If we were to open our eyes, we'd be looking back towards the back of our mats. Lovely. And let's release those hands down to the floor. I'm going to take an inhale, so just come up halfway, roll the shoulders up, back and down, and lift the bottom. Exhale, release down to the earth, release the neck. Okay, let's take the feet back to a downward facing dog. And we're going to look forward. Take an inhale as we look between the thumbs. Exhale, bring the right leg up behind. Up in between the hands. If it gets stuck halfway, it's okay, it happens, just shove it through so you've got it up at the top. I'm going to pop that left knee down onto the floor. So untuck the back toe and draw those hips forward. So if you feel you're looking back and that left knee might be exactly underneath the hip, so maybe you're on a right angle, just going to walk that knee back a little bit. If you're finding any discomfort on that knee, you can kind of fold the mat over, give you a bit more cushioning. Or talking of cushioning, you might have a cushion handy. So from here, we're going to grab our block. You can either use one block, or if you've got two, you may want to use two either side of your foot here. So relax through the butt. And we want to be holding through the front of the body here to support the back. So make sure we're drawing through the belly button. Heart is open. Maybe the gaze is up. And that right ankle is above, the right knee is above the right ankle. Check in with that intention. Okay, let's take us back into a runner stretch. So, have your block or your blocks either side, or if you're okay, holding onto the floor, that's fine. Just make sure we can open out our stance so that we're not leaning onto this left leg. So we want the hips to be square. And don't worry about leaning forward. I'm going to grab one of these books just to lift me up a little bit more. Don't worry about leaning forward. We want the activity to be through this leg. We want to keep the heart open. So if you can, flex this foot towards you. You might be all the way up here, that's fine. We want to work towards having a nice long spine and the toes to be right of that right foot. Okay, let's come forward. Take yourself back to down facing dog. And just pedal out. And just feel that little bit of extra length that you've got through one side. We're going to even ourselves up straight away. So just look forward, take a deep breath in. As we exhale, the left leg comes to the top of your mat. In between the hands, pop the right knee down, untuck the back foot. Lovely, square those hips. The right hip's going to want to shoot back, but we want to keep the hips nice and square. I'm a hypocrite for that. I'm always needing to realign my hips, even when I think I'm straight. For some reason, just goes a little bit skew off. So just take time to really acknowledge the body. If If you need to take a little step back and actually physically look, that's okay. Relax the bum, draw the belly button through to the spine. So if we were to get rid of these blocks, we're holding ourselves, we're not relying on our hands to hold us here. Okay, let's take us back into our run stretch. So notice how we can keep the blocks there or open them out to the sides, widen your stance out, just find that comfort, find your space, lengthen through the back of the neck, almost as if you can imagine you're holding onto a tennis ball. Underneath the chin, we're going to brighten those toes of the left foot, so feel the energy through this left leg. Alright, come forward, place the hands on the floor, face up back to down, facing up. Nice. Feels so good. Alright, so from here, we are going to, what are we going to do? We are going to come onto our knees, that's what we're going to do. So, whilst we're on our knees, we're not going to pray, don't worry. We're just going to scooch onto our bottoms. Now, whatever feels best, if you prefer to have your legs open along your long side of your mat, or if you're going to do what I like to do, I like to go along the wide side. Only go as wide as feels good. So that might mean that you've got your legs not as wide as me. You might be more flexible than me, which a lot of people are actually. As long as you're feeling comfortable and you're not holding any tension. So if you feel that you're sitting and you're like, if I let go of my bum right now, I'm just going to collapse. You want to be really, really relaxed and just let the body go. We're going to flex the feet, but brighten out those toes. So if you can, just fan those toes out. If you feel that you're holding tension in your thighs, let go, and especially your bottom. Hello, Asa. Let go of it all, okay? So, with our blocks, we're going to have one block to start with. We're going to have one block behind our right knee, and the other block is going to be in front of us here, okay? So we're going to take a moment just to bring our left hand onto the block. We're going to reach the right arm up, relax the bottom, lift the ribs away from hips. As we exhale, take a twist and bring that right hand onto the block behind you. Gently slide the block that was in the middle, so in front of you, so both blocks are either side of that right knee. And we're going to lift up and we're going to really try and square those shoulders. So often when we take twists, we're constantly kind of moving over like this, but we're not keeping the heart nice and open. So we're getting a twist, but we're also getting an opening through the hips and the inner legs as well, so into the groin. If you're feeling okay to do so, maybe reach the blocks forward so they're more or less outside of the ankles. And if that's feeling too much, for me it is today, just lift yourself up, no discomfort. Lovely. Okay, let's come to centre. So I'm going to swap the blocks over, bring one block in the middle in front of you and the other block behind that left knee. So reach the left arm up, take a deep breath in, lift the ribs away from hips. As we exhale, twist over and bring that front block opposite the left knee. Relax the buttocks, check in with your intention. Draw the belly button in towards the spine if you can. Connecting with that pelvic floor. So those muscles that we hold when we really, really, really need a wee. But we know we can't because we're in the car for 5 hours. Take your forward if it is available. Now if you're leaning forward and you feel that you're reaching and you're starting to round through the back, bring yourself back up. There's no harm in taking it easy. I always say it's like baking. Even though I'm a hypocrite, I'm not very good at baking because I rush the steps when I'm baking. But if you rush steps, you're not going to get the cake that you want. So take your time in each little transition to really get the most out of it. And let's come back to centre. So blocks either side of us. We're going to take some mermaid now. So we're going to bend in the left leg and bend the right leg in. So if you're feeling that this is pulling or pinching in the knee here, have a little think about where that foot is. If the foot's turned out, that might be why you're having some pinching. So just tuck the foot in. If you're feeling pinching in the knee still, just open it out and let that leg be soft. Ideally, we want both hips grounded on the floor as well, so you may want to use a cushion just to lift up one hip and just even them out. Alright, so we're going to take mermaid or merman and we're going to reach the left arm up. So take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to take a gentle side stretch. Now take this easy. We don't want to get too far into the groin here, but we want to lift up. So we're reaching, we're getting this lovely, delicious stretch down the left-hand side of the body. If you've got a block, you may want to use a block under your right hand here. Lovely, let's come all the way back up. And we're going to take our twist again. So we're going to bring the right hand onto the left knee, and we're going to take that left hand behind us, so a really gentle twist. If you've got a block, you may want to use a block. Perfect timing, have a book behind me, so I'm just going to rest my hand on that. So this is just a really, really gentle twist. Make sure that front hand is soft as well. Okay, we're going to come back to centre. So just give those legs a wiggle and swap over. So bending the right leg in this time, the left leg is where the foot's tucked behind us. Reach the arms up, deep breath in. As we exhale, take a stretch over to the left, rotate the heart. And be careful not to duck into the left shoulder here. So lift up, you don't want to be leaning on that left hand. You want that to be just a gentle support. Then you should be feeling a lovely, great big old stretch here. Reach away with the arm. You're reaching up for that cake that you've just made. Okay, let's come back up. Take the left hand over to the right knee. Take a little twist, relax the bum. Relax those shoulders. Pelvic floor is on. Belly button drawn towards the spine, but no tension. Lovely. Okay. Come back to centre. We're just going to sit with the soles of the feet together, coming into Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. So we're going to have our feet about 2 hands length away from the body. I'm just going to allow the spine to be really nice and long. So if you feel that you're ducking into the lower back and you're tucking the hips in or the bum in, lift the flesh from underneath the bottom. So you can have that nice natural curve. And now the back to round slightly, but lead with the heart. So what we're aiming to avoid is bringing the head down like this and drawing the shoulders up to the ears. You can let the back round, but keep that heart full. Relax the belly. ourselves all the way back up. We're going to turn to face towards the long side of our mat now. And we're going to grab hold of our block. I'm just going to give us a little shuffle forward. So we've got a block underneath our bottoms. You can pop it on the low side, mid side, or the high side, whatever you need it for. We're going to come into garland posture. So really, really, really good for those sexual organs. So if you've got any cramping through time of the month, this is really good, especially if we're breathing into the lower belly. This block here is here to support if you need it. So what we want to avoid, again, if we are using it, is sitting on it like we're in some sort of boy band, right? We're just chilling. We want to be nice and held upright with our bodies. If you feel that you're leaning forward, use that block to support you so you can lift, nearly fell over, so you can lift the heart up and push open those knees with the elbows. Take a little rock side to side. Lovely. Okay. We're going to ditch our block now. For the time being, just set it aside. Just come onto our bottoms. I'm going to roll through the spine. And just release the front of the hips now. So gently walk the legs away one by one. And lovely, nice, good old stretch down the fronts of the hips. Those hip flexors reach the arms up above you. Okay, let's draw the knees in one by one. Brilliant. Okay, so it is time to grab our straps. So we're going to wrap the straps around both feet, just around the soles of the feet, and gently lift the feet up. So just be careful not to lock the knees, have a little gentle micro bend and rock side to side here. Now hopefully you'll be able to see, if I lift my jumper up you can see my back. I'm flushing the mid part of my back down to the earth, but keeping my lower spine flat as well. So as we exhale, I'm going to draw the knees close towards the body. As I inhale, I'm going to release the legs away. I'm going to lift my mid back off the floor ever so slightly, not so much that we're arching. And as we exhale, draw it back in. So we're just starting to rotate through the sacrum, that lower back. Inhale, release those knees a little bit. Keep the shoulders and the neck soft. Exhale, pull closer. And if you're okay to maybe straighten the legs a little bit more and flex the feet, so draw the toes towards you. A little bit extra. Alright, let's do one more. Now I'm going to bend both knees. And we're going to set the right foot onto the floor. And just straighten up that right leg. If it's feeling okay, you can go ahead and straighten that right leg. Remember, imagine you're pushing the foot against the wall. But if it's not feeling right, just keep it bent here. So we're going to do the same as what we just did with the legs, but we're going to keep the pelvis nice and still. So we're just going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw the leg closer towards you. Now, if it's feeling like it's pulling too much, ease it off. Deep breath in. Exhale, draw closer. The shoulders want to be soft. The neck soft, lengthened away. Deep breath in. Beautiful. Okay, keeping hold of that strap with the right hand, so opposite hand to leg. We're going to set the left hand down to our sides, either on the mat, close to the hip, or just away from the body, wherever feels more natural. And we're going to take a gentle IT band stretch. So you don't want to go too far because this is quite intense. Make sure we're keeping both hips drawn. So we're not rolling onto that right hip. We're keeping the hips down. We're just taking a little stretch over to the right. So our IT band runs along the outside of the leg all the way towards the top of the hip. So especially runners, if you're doing a lot of running, you need to really be mindful to make sure we're stretching our legs. And not just those really big muscles like the thighs and the quads, getting a little bit deeper just to help support the lower back. And let's come back. Alright, let's bend the left knee in. Feel like I'm Santa, like with the reindeer. Alright, so same again. Soften through the belly, flush the lower back into the earth, the neck and the shoulders are soft. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw it closer. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull closer. Keep moving with that at your own pace. If that left knee is bent, we want to make sure that the knee's not rolling out to the side, so keep the knee in line with the hip. Alright, when you're ready, go ahead, take opposite hand to leg with the strap. Other hand goes out to the side or wherever feels good. Take that little stretch over to the side, so only a few inches. Micro bend through that top leg, so not locking the knee. Okay, come to centre. Bend the leg in and let's set the strap to the side. Lovely, we're just going to bring the soles of the feet together. Come into reclined Baddha Konasana. So now this needs to roll out. Now if there's any other posture that you have in your practice which you know feels really good before coming into final relaxation, please do take it as long as you feel comfortable and safe to do so. But for now, I'm just going to take a little moment to settle down once again. And as soon as you're ready, you're going to straighten those legs out. But if you're feeling that your lower back gets sore when your legs are straight, bring the knees together with the feet wide apart. So let's start coming into our Shavasana, final relaxation. Just like before, as I mentioned, sometimes we rush things. I don't want to rush anything. One of the hardest things can be to let go. And we need time to let go, we need time to heal. And just settle the mind in the present. If your mind starts chasing thoughts, just slow that chase down. We can acknowledge thoughts, but we don't need to follow them or chase them. So bring yourself back to anything that's happening right here. That might be my voice, maybe the sounds of anything that's around you, so maybe birds outside. Maybe it's raining, you can hear the tapping of the rain on the window. You can hear a gentle breeze. Maybe you want to go within a little bit more so you can hear your heart beating. You can feel the muscles start to relax. with our fingers and toes. If you want to take longer in your Shavasana, just pause the video. Return when you're ready. Reach the arms up above. Maybe take a yawn. And draw the knees in one by one. Roll yourself onto one side. Remember, if you've got low blood pressure, just consider rolling onto your left. And gently bring yourself up to a seated position. And use your block if necessary. So just find steadiness and ease, stillness through your seat. Let's reach the arms up. So inhale. Kiss the hands into prayer as we exhale to open to our heart center. So rest the thumbs on the sternum. Take a moment to connect with that intention. Lengthening the spine. Taking this moment of gratitude. If you feel comfortable, please say Namaste when you're ready to complete your practice. Namaste. Lovely. Thank you so much for joining in today. Really appreciate it. Let me know what you think as well. If you've got any comments, suggestions, if any of this, what you found has been really, really beneficial, or any troubles that you found with any postures, obviously just bear in mind that you might not have someone there to adjust you. So if something hasn't felt right and you've really thought, oh, I need to find out why this isn't feeling right, just give me a little shout and just ask, because I'm here to help. But yeah, thank you so much. If you guys are in England, which most of you will, because I'm in England, I hope you have a very safe bank holiday, and I will see you soon. Thank you.